Welcome to the Dungeon House, where a bunch of regular people with regular jobs gather to play Dungeons and Dragons. We aren't professionals, so if you hear food ASMR or a baby in the back, just understand it's normal. This show is recommended for those 13 and up. The music you'll hear is brought to you by William Heaton and various other artists. We're glad that you're here to share in the fun and laughter, as well as the challenges along the way. So come on into our home, take a seat on the couch, and enjoy the Dungeon House.
Hello?
It's 7.
How's it going?
Good. Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, what the heck?
Cleaning up.
I think that's probably why I can't hear anything, because the speaker's never turned on. Now it's turned on.
Seems like Brandon is saying something as very enthusiastically as well.
Can you hear me now?
Still can't hear you. What the heck? This is dumb.
Wanted. Whoa.
Whoa! The thing is spooky.
It's just a
I still can't hear you. For some reason, let's try this. Try it this way.
oh God.
Hello? Oh, it did not like that. This has not been a problem before. What's going on?
Want me to help her?
Can you still not hear?
Are they having trouble hearing us?
I guess the speaker isn't working or something. I don't know. Not my problem.
Someone try speaking to me.
Can you hear?
This is ridiculous. This is dumb.
I can hear you. I can hear me. But I can't hear you.
I think I just figured it out. There we go.
Story, Brandon.
What was with that sign?
You can hear now?
Yes. It's a little loud actually now, but I can definitely hear you.
Nice.
Great.
Sorry about that. Usually I
Good.
can plug in the speaker and it'll be fine. But the volume on the speaker itself got turned all the way down. That's why I was super confused. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, but I'll be right back.
All right.
Sorry about that, everybody. Sorry that we had a little bit of technical difficulties before we got started this evening. How's everyone doing?
Doing okay. I mean, I'm
Good.
sick, but
That happens. McKay will be joining us a little later. He's trying to help Hayes. Hayes is pretty sad. He's in those sad boy hours right now.
Hours all day.
Yeah. Sad boy days. Anywho. And Kyle will be missed for this session, as he is just living his best life. I'm pretty sure he's in Europe right now.
It's just a small group session.
Yeah. Just one of those menial groups, but it's okay. Sorry, I just need to get one thing up.
I'm gonna be honest, Chase, whenever I listen to the recordings, I miss the music. That may be just me.
I'm sorry. I was just told by most everyone that I don't use the music or listen to it anyway, so I feel like that's why I stopped using it.
I've always had the music muted on my end, so I keep forgetting that we have music, or had music rather.
You put in pigeons. Yes.
Is it like
We're tired.
oh yeah, of course.
He hasn't eaten all day today.
Okay, sorry, I just need to look at one thing before we
Is he not fed?
jumped in. What the heck? Wrong book. That's why. Oh, guys. I don't know if I'm ready for this, to be honest. I feel like most all of us are a little bit low energy today. That makes sense. Need some joy. Well, she's at her house, but that's okay.
Gee.
We still have them just over Discord. Yeah, I think we won't kind of be around the bush. We'll just kind of jump into it if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah. Me and Tori may be in and out. Our child he's been bad all day.
Broken. How do you fix them?
Go down that.
I haven't figured it out yet. Carrying the user's manual. I've heard that helps sometimes. So
We tried soaking him in
You-
rice.
Use the user's manual.
Try turning it off and then back on again.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do the off part, but it won't turn off.
What'd you say, Brandon?
I asked if you tried soaking him in rice.
I do hear that helps. You want to get the moisture out. Yeah. I need someone to do a recap from last week. And I really lose track of who has done it and who hasn't. I'm pretty sure it was McKay last time.
Recently.
I was thinking maybe Joy. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So last time we started with Ren's encounter with I forget the name of the god.
Yoko.
Yoko. Yes, his frightening encounter with Yoko. Where Yoko kind of selected him to be his, I don't know, selected him to help Yoko, and in return, Yoko will help his family. And so Yoko said, "Hey, Ren, there's something on a shipwreck nearby that you can get that will help your mother." The experience wrapped up. The town was excited because, Yoko had chosen someone to be his vessel or whatever. But Opal was not happy. Yeah, so there was this whole big debate about helping the gods, about them being kind of imprisoned or separated or whatever it is. And that happening for a reason. And we learned about Opal's oath. We learned that she doesn't understand completely her oath, like who she gave it to. Anyways, but that's I should move on. But Adelaide was excited for Ren because she had a similar experience, and now they're buddies, right? I know Baron talked to Moss a little bit about their backstory a bit. Everybody went to sleep, and we woke up, and Opal threw a bit of a fit, trying to stop everyone from helping Ren. But in the end, Opal was swayed, and now we're headed off to the shipwreck. Did I get everything?
I think that's kind of just it. You're all on Big Fish.
Oh yeah, his boat.
Heading in the right direction. Sailing down the coast. Just to kind of describe a little bit of the feeling. While the shore is still in sight from where you guys are at, you marked off a little ways away, probably about a quarter mile away from the from land. Just kind of on the outside of the reef, and where the waves get a little bit more choppy. Something that you notice is a lot of the back and forward pull of the boat, the seesaw like action as you guys break over waves and continue. The winds seem to be in your favor, pushing you forward towards the farther southern, more south along the coast. The bit of salt spray that sometimes washes up and hits you is cool, but not freezing, and it's a very nice warm day, and sometimes it's almost refreshing to get a little bit of the water spray on you. Not really a cloud in the sky at this moment or at this time, and as you're on the boat, who here has ever sailed before? Has anyone experienced this?
Experienced like being on a boat before?
Not necessarily being on a boat, but like who is running the ship is kind of the question I'm asking.
I figured it was right.
Yeah.
This big fish is quite a large vessel for just one man to, take charge of. There's people that need to be able to run the rigging as well as, the person navigating, steering at the helm. So I think this might be something that would be important to consider, especially with using big fish, is how exactly Donnie and the Usmans are going to utilize this piece of hardware.
I think that like steering is kind of like easy enough. So I'm gonna leave that to someone who I think, could handle it, but someone who couldn't handle like manning like the rigging and stuff. And then like I'll kind of handle like most of like the ropes and hoisting things up or whatever. I don't know boats myself as a player, but and like I could maybe even like call out orders while I'm doing my tasks as well, if needed.
Mm-hmm. Trying to keep everything in line. Where would everyone else like to kind of help out at? Who's doing what?
Pinky would really, really love to help. I'm just not sure there's a whole ton she can do to help because she's so small. I don't know. Like, she could steer the ship, but, afraid a rogue
Steering
current might.
Steering might be a little bit difficult, as steering actually takes a good amount of strength just to, say if you get a wave that kind of knocks the
Yeah.
the
Maybe she can help with the rigging. She can't pull on the ropes, but she can tie some killer knots at the top or whatever.
Or you know what, Pinky, I have a really important job for you. And I'll gesture to the little bit of spray that's coming into the boat. And I'll say, if this keeps up, we might sink. Right now we're in about a centimeter of water. And I'll hand you like a thimble. And I'll say, we've got to get this water out or else we might go down. I know it's a big cup, a big bucket I gave you, but I know hard work goes a long way.
A thimble compared to Pinky is probably like shot glass size to her.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's not that big, but
he'd probably give a normal size bucket. I just wanted to tease you for being
like
tiny.
a goblet. She could manhandle that goblet.
One of those mugs. There we go.
I do like the idea of it just being a thimble, though. That's so cute.
Well, I like the idea of it like being really small for a normal person, but then Pinky's like, oh, whoa, like, this is pretty hefty. Like filling it with water and like tossing it over the side, like it's really hard for her. And it's making absolutely no difference.
Yeah, there's like holes as the boat tilts. It just runs off the top of the deck, but It feels like she's doing something.
It runs off the top of the deck and sweeps her off.
It thinks she can fly.
Yeah, she has to fly back up.
Okay, she's 2.5 feet tall. She's not like itty bitty.
She's not itty bitty.
I think 2.5 inches, maybe. It's okay to exaggerate your height a little bit, but we all know.
Cool. Well, she will be diligently trying to she'll be chasing the water as it sloshes from side to side, just trying to get it into into her little thing to pour it over the sides.
Awesome.
Ren, what do you need me to do?
Are you good steering? I think Unless do you know what you're doing? I could use you anywhere, really.
Oh, God. Not particularly.
Well, I'll have you mainly like handle like what sails to like put up or put down or whatever. Because that requires some strength.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with that. And then, I mean, what other jobs are there?
So, for this ship, it's not huge, but definitely having you and maybe one other person focused on rigging, things like that. You
Okay.
definitely need someone, a helmsman, to be steering the ship. It might not be bad to have someone with a map running as a navigator, running the compass and map, things like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'll have Opal be on steering if she's cool with that, and Adelaide on like kind of lookout / navigation.
Okay. There is the crow's nest. It's small, but you could have someone up there. Having having Baron kind of watch the things. I think you should have enough to keep it afloat.
You could put Moss in the crow's nest and he could take a nap.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Yeah, he's sleeping up there. Pinky might be useful up there too.
Elia could probably be useful there too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Elia too. I forgot about it. I was like, wait, I'm forgetting someone.
Elia can be the anchor. Hold on to a rock down there.
I like that.
Hello? I just need to know. Talk to me here. Is that okay? That I said. Did you hear what I said? I can't hear you.
My
I can't
mic's
hear him
being
either.
weird.
There it is.
We're good now.
Might be a little bit weird. Oh yeah, it's fine. Just throw her overboard.
Just
Yeet.
run overboard. Oh no.
Well, and she could be like a lookout of sorts too, like because if she's underwater, she can maybe see the shipwreck. Because visibility underwater might be pretty good.
Yeah.
So
Make sure that the Leviathan that's following you is spotted before it wraps its tentacles around you. That's
yeah,
pretty
if there's like a
Good
giant
job.
kraken or something, like keep it at least like 100 feet away. And yeah, and if she sees something, she can like tug on the chain or something. I don't know.
Ring the bell.
Yeah, ring the bell. Figure it out.
We don't have to do that. I was just making a joke.
I was gonna say she could be the sonar. So
I think it could be useful. I mean, that's an easier way to, because we can't look into the water and see the shipwreck.
Yeah.
But she possibly could if she's underwater.
Frankly, any of us can at the moment.
Is this
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
way
true.
Yeah.
Well, Elia seems more durable.
I know.
Nice.
I mean that as a compliment, by the way.
Are we worried that the salt would corrode the metal?
Are you? These are the questions you need to be asking yourselves. Ren, with everyone kind of going about their positions, I'd like you to do a seaman's, sailor's check. That's a better wording. For how well it goes, and you can have advantage since you have a crew helping you out.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna roll just 2 d20s. You tell
Yes.
me what my advantage gives me an 8.
Oh.
What is your wisdom modifier?
Wisdom. Hold on. It's a +3.
That's right. So I don't feel like you're quite proficient with like super sailing, but with an 11, you're able to keep it on. You think that you might want to do a little bit more practice before hitting maybe some rougher seas.
You know, it's
But
a new boat. It's a new boat. It's old. It's a fixer-upper.
it's a fixer-upper.
Got a new
So,
crew.
You might need to bleed the brakes. You might need to, get the oil changed first.
yeah, transmission. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, trying to get a crew that's a little bit more, knowing what they're doing would also help a little bit as well.
Exactly. A crew that doesn't get swept off the deck by the splash of water that comes in.
The little mist. Anyways,
Yeah.
Though I would mention this as you were working the boat. Every once in a while, like you go to tell someone like an order, and you notice that one of the ropes has been tied for you, or like the rigging has been checked already, and like they seem tight, and they're like, oh, I didn't do that, and I don't remember telling anyone to do that.
I got a pretty self-sufficient crew.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. Good for you guys.
As you guys continue on, eventually, day continues. It seems about noontime. You've been traveling for about the space of 3 hours. McKay, would you be willing to do a check for Adelaide to see how far out comparatively, where are they? Or on the map marker, the marked map that was given to him?
She got 5.
Got 5. Okay. All right, that happens. With a 5, it does take a little bit longer than you wanted. As the day progresses, you find yourself finding yourself towards the area that it should be. But your first pass, you miss it. You get to the point where you're like, okay, we got to the point where there is that old structure that was torn down. That must mean that we're past wherever the shipwreck is, from where it's marked on the map. So you turn around. Elia, would you be willing to do a check to see how well you can proceed as you guys start searching for this boat wreck?
Booty. Your booty hole. All right, dog. Booty. Sorry.
No worries. What was that check?
Did you ask me to roll or who to roll?
Yes.
Oh, what do I? Sorry,
Elia.
Loki was being a little booty. What am I rolling?
As you are the kind of eyes under the water, would you be willing to roll a perception check just to kind of help find the location of this boat?
I got you. It is a 14.
Okay, sounds good. As this is all going on, the ship itself slowly searching and looking for kind of landmarks on the map that can kind of set you apart to where you know where you're at. Baron, I would like you to do what's your passive perception actually?
Oh, I should probably pull up my character sheet.
Might be helpful.
I'm just gonna can't even whisper. I'm just gonna whisper, but it's just as bad. 13.
13. Okay. All right. You would notice that as this is kind of going on, you notice that the wind has kind of picked up, and you're looking to see. Oh crap! I need to tighten up one of the sails, make sure it's not catching the wind as it should be. And as that goes on, you look up and you see what looks to be, for a second there, like the visage of a person tying it up, and then it kind of disappears.
Good. I probably won't do anything with that information. I'll try to be more actively searching.
Okay.
No. Yeah, sorry guys.
You're good. Yeah. Under the boat, Elia, you would notice coming around and entering through the reef. The area in which you enter is a lot more shallow than previous. You would see what looks to be kind of sandy flat, about 30 feet deep. You would see a plethora of different fishes swimming through this area. And as you kind of come in, you see a shadow. At first, it almost looks like a rock formation jutting up out of it in a jagged image. But as you come closer, you notice that that has a prow and a broken mast. As it comes a little bit more clear, you see what looks to be a boat that has been cracked in half. The two parts of it settling just on the sand underneath. The top of the boat looks like it's barely reaching out of the water on one side, and you can see what looks to be a lot of vegetation growing right on the edges of it, almost as if like there's trees growing out of this old decrepit wood.
Okay.
It looks like you guys have found your spot.
I'm gonna do a perception check to see if there are any potentially dangerous fish or any monsters that might be just around. If that'd be
For
okay
sure.
with you, I got an
That would
unnatural
be
20.
great. Definitely make that a perception check.
Okay, I got an unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Yeah.
Dang it. That's pretty dang good.
It's a little better. It doesn't hurt. It's just my voice is gone.
Just from writing cycle.
My owlbear rodeo went down.
Oh no!
Yeah. If you guys would give me just 1 second, I'll throw up the owlbear map for us, and we can use that for a little bit of visualization. I think that's worse. I'm uncomfortable. No, please not.
If I whisper like this, my voice sounds like this.
You just need to change brands, dude. Stop smoking Marlboro. I just sent the link in the chat. Please.
Look, this is what it's gotta be.
Yeah. right now. I didn't have a picture for big fish, so you might notice that G is big fish as of right now. Will this be me? Really slow. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
So,
I like how big
Fiji
fish is just
water.
Fiji water.
It took me a long time to get this rendition, figured out. I don't want to brag about the art skills, but it turned out really good. I'm really happy with how it came through. And if you have any questions on anything, if you want me to show you how to do that, I'm always willing to help out.
Make cookies when you get home.
Sure. You can do whatever you want then. So, you see this half-submerged boat landing in the sand, and looking at the depth of the water, it's probably, a little bit difficult to go all the way there in big fish. It might, cause the boat to hit the sand berm.
Yeah, so Alai would probably ring the bell, but I imagine they've all seen it, but she would still ring the bell.
The bell is rung.
All right, sweet, we're here. Yeah, let's get as close as we can, and then we can tie off the anchor and I guess just swim over there. Do we have any sort of flotation devices?
I mean, we can all breathe underwater.
Not me.
Oh, that's right.
Not Pablo. Pablo can't breathe underwater right now.
You're a pretty good swimmer, aren't you, though, Ren?
Well, yeah, but I want to, if something happens, I want to have something that I can grab onto close to where we are.
And Adelaide's dresses are not an option this time.
Yeah.
That would be a dangerous way to pull it. So probably not a good idea.
Maybe I can inflate Donnie into a sort of buoy.
You can definitely try.
Jason.
Well, I'll ask him. I'll pull him out. And I'll say, Donnie, have you ever considered being a balloon?
So as you pull him out, he's kind of in like did we switch him out of the teapot, or is he still in the teapot?
I think he's still in the teapot. He's getting big though.
Yeah, he fills that bad boy up. As you I imagine you just take off the lid and it's just this black undulating kind of viscousy liquid that is Donnie. As you ask him if he's ever considered being a balloon, make an animal handling check.
All right. Easy. I'm so good at handling animals. It's not even funny. That's an 8.
8?
Another
Yes.
one.
Another 8.
Donnie, you think he's going to do it as he starts kind of swelling out of the top, and then as he kind of bulges out, he just slops right down and falls right onto the deck. And he kind of reforms himself into his normal blob self.
Okay, that's fine. We'll keep practicing. We'll keep practicing. Oh, I don't really have anything that float. Is there anything on the boat that like
Make
are
an
there any-
investigation.
Like a life
I
preserver.
don't know if this came fully equipped.
Can't you just turn it into little fish?
Oh, I guess I could. My investigation check is a 2.
Little fish.
Yeah, it looks like whoever owned this prior, that crazy guy, probably took all the good stuff off of it.
Yeah,
It needs to be
probably. I mean, that's what I would do. Yeah, let's turn it back. Let's turn it into little fish.
As you say the command word, let's turn it into little fish. Little fish, big fish, kind of starts folding up. As you guys kind of have to and it kind of pushes you as the decks.
We're going now. We're going now.
Yeah. It kind of shrinks around. You guys get jostled in, and you're all stuck on little fish. It's you get to the point where you've filled up little fish, so it might be a good idea to have some people not in the boat, at least holding on to the sides floating.
Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah, whoever wants to swim right now can do it. We'll get a little bit closer to the boat, and then it can get just kind of. Well, we'll tie it off to one of the trees, maybe. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's do
Good.
that.
Who's riding in the boat?
I think Opal would stay in the boat to continue steering. She already had her ocean bath time. So
Is the boat? Sorry, is you're just gonna get me whispering this whole session, guys. But Baron's talking normal. Is the boat like fully submerged or no?
No. So you see that parts of it are kind of sticking up out of the sand, and it looks like what happened is this boat was on the outside of the reef, and during a high storm, it got picked up and thrown over the reef onto the sandy edge, and rest of it kind of got cracked up, kind of in the middle part of it, as well as that. But most of it, it looks like you could probably on the bow. You can maybe step on the top of it. The stern is definitely fully submerged in at least 10 feet of water, and it kind of just angles up that towards the front. You do definitely see some holes in the side of it, as it looks like it was cracked in the middle. The bottom itself is kind of splayed open. You see what looks to be a bunch of refuse scattered along the sea floor around here. And you see fish dart in and out of the area. Just so you know, Eli, from the outside, from what you can see right now, you did not see any forms of hostile life.
And you said it's a good day, right?
It's a nice day.
Nice day, a little hot.
It's a little warm.
Baron will start taking off his armor and he'll start taking off his armor.
Yeah, don't say it like that, please. No, not comfortable.
All right. Oh gosh. He'll take off his armor. He'll leave his whip on the boat, I think, if he's going into the water.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still wearing, I think, the traditional pants because Adelaide still is. Yeah, that's all he's got.
They're a little tight. Yeah,
they're a little tight. But he'll take off his shirt and he'll give it to Adelaide and be like, "Hey, I figured you'd want this too."
Whoa there.
And then because he doesn't know why she took her pants, it's weird just to ask for the pants and not the whole ensemble, I guess. And when he takes off his shirt, you would notice that And you've probably seen this before, but I don't know how clearly you've seen it. But you definitely see like he has several scars on like his back and his shoulder. And anyway, he'll give his shirt off and then he'll dive into the water.
Nice. Yeah. You come up and you kind of grab a hold of small fish, little fish. I mean, not small fish. That's a silly name. I'm assuming Pinky probably just is flying around.
Yeah, Pinky's flying over there.
Nice. All right. As you guys bring her up close, I think you probably get about here and tie her off. Yeah. As you guys lined up with this boat, you're able to get little fish tied off. What's everyone doing? Where are you going?
I
Pinky
think I
makes
would
a
want
start.
to. Sorry, I would want to just kind of look under the water, see what we're dealing with, get kind of just a grasp of what's going on. Depending on like what kind of ship it is, I would assume that like whatever we're looking for is like in some sort of like dwelling space, like a captain's quarters or something similar to that.
Yeah.
Or like a storage hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like looking like where that is, if it's like really damaged, if I should look somewhere else, stuff like that.
One second as I'm looking at something up.
And this boat is the Scully's Rapture, right?
This is Scully's Rapture. As you guys come up among it, you kind of take a second to look around, and you see carved in the wood towards the stern of the boat is you see what says you can make out Scully's Rapture from it, but some of the letters have faded, some of them have fallen to disrepair and broken off. So what it really looks like it says is Oli Rat
We got the wrong boat.
Great. Yeah.
The water's quite nice.
As you come up like drinking it. Yeah. Who wants to go where? As you guys can kind of control where your guys are.
I'll go
I mean,
towards
Pinky is going to try and find a way into the boat. That's what she really wants to do. She wants to get in there. She wants to find some cool things. She wants to get in there. So I don't know where that would be.
With a little bit of a slow travel speed and missing it the first time, probably only have it's probably like 5 right now. So you're thinking it's running out pretty soon. It will really depend on how quickly you can investigate whether or not you're able to retain the bonus or not.
How long do we have? Do we know?
How long
Like
do
an
you have?
hour or less?
Probably about 30 minutes.
That's what I wanted to know.
Okay.
Yeah. If we can breathe underwater, I'll start diving down in.
Yeah. So Pinky and Baron, just so you know that there seems to be holes in the bottom of the boat close towards the ground. There also seems to be a hatch on top that was a grate that maybe someone could try to pull open. As well as there is what looks to be closer to the stern, a door that has been left ajar, leading to what looks to be some sort of captain's cabin.
Pinky. Well, she'll go into the captain's cabin first.
Okay. All right. Ren, you're going where are you as well?
Yeah, unless there's like a storage. Oh, I'll go in the captain's quarters. I think that's where a magic item would be.
Yeah.
And for the record, I can hold my breath for 2 minutes.
No worries. Sounds great. Opal, are you going to stay with the boat, or are you planning on doing some exploration yourself?
I think Opal will also help explore because I don't think it'd be best to let her mentally sit.
Yeah. Are you going to go to the bottom of the boat and like where do you want to go? Under the water, or you want to like kind of walk along the top of the boat and try to find a way in from there? Or...
Maybe I'll do top in. Either way, if I go in the water first, I'll sink. So I'll do top down.
Okay, sounds good. And Elia, what was your thoughts?
I want to go down into like the main hatch, if that makes sense. Like to like, or like go into like the middle of the ship, if that make like the under the deck.
So from the top though, like on the top of the boat, go down and then start searching your way through.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Adelaide will probably stay with the boat for the time being, just to make sure it doesn't float off, as boats sometimes do.
Somebody's got to stay with the boat.
Baron, you went underneath the water towards kind of the front, correctly?
Yeah, just trying to find some sort of opening underneath. Yeah.
Sure. All right. Just want to make sure I knew where everyone is. I'd like everyone to do either an investigation check, or if you're in a group, one of you could take advantage and just roll, depending on how you want to do that.
Pinky would like to give Ren advantage.
I have a +0.
I have a, let's see. I have a +1 to investigation, so yeah, maybe I should get advantage.
If it was perception, I'd be a lot better, but
Is it just
I'm not a good
investigation, not
investigator.
perception?
Investigation.
Yeah.
Okay.
David, do you want advantage or do you want me to take advantage?
You said it was investigation, right?
Yeah.
I have a +2. to mine.
Okay. Same boat. So.
You can do it if you want.
Thank you. Let's see. Ah, it's a good thing you gave me that. Okay. Hey. Okay. That's also a 15.
Okay. So 15 from Baron, 15 from Opal and Ren, and Pinky. What'd you get?
I got a 12.
12. Okay. So Ren and Pinky, as you guys enter into the captain's cabin, you notice what looks to be a lot of, rustic, swollen, waterlogged wood. I imagine that, Ren, you kind of take a large breath and you dive down into it. You would notice as you come into this ajar door and you push it through, it looks like the captain's quarters maybe at one point had been scuttled, as you can see the desk has been tipped over, but every one of the desk's drawers have been pulled out and are either floating kind of haphazardly or sitting on the floor of the room. You'd also notice the bed has been overturned, the mattress itself dissolving and wasting away a long time ago, leaving a tattered wreck of a sheet. In the corner, you can see what looks to be a wardrobe that looks like it has been cracked open by force. It's hard to tell whether this happened before or after the ship wrecked itself. Other than that, you do notice that it seemed to be at one point a very fine vessel. You notice that they're among kind of the coral reef that's starting to form these anemones and different various sea fauna. What look to be traces of almost like a silver color, as it looks like there may have been like metal inlaid to the wood. The wood itself, the things that you see, the craftsmanship seems really nice. With a 12 for your investigation, you don't really notice anything besides the few fish that swim through the area as you kind of come in. Some of them dart out of a stained glass window on the other side. The glass itself looks to be a picture of maybe at one point like a garden, but it's been smashed to pieces and leaving the visage difficult to determine exactly what was the centerpiece.
How old is this shipwreck? Just by like looking around, like how long has this been sitting here?
This looks like it's probably been sitting for, I'd say, at least probably about 40 years.
Okay.
It's not crazy dilapidated and like completely covered in things that you can tell that there's still wood here. And maybe 40 years is a little long, actually. Maybe it's like 20.
But things are like still intact and we can still see some of the original stuff. Okay.
Yeah, you can see like what looks to be a ceramic cup, pieces of broken pottery and plates. It looked like like you can definitely tell what is still what.
Is there like a palm-sized piece of that stained glass that Pinky can pick up? Like a
Yeah,
pretty
of course.
piece, maybe a flower on it or something?
Yeah, as you find a little chunk of it, it's probably about $50 size. It looks to be some sort of tulip. The colors of it look to be a yellow turning to a pink turning to a red color. You can see
Okay.
on one side, it's a kind of rounder shaped. On one side, you can see what looks to be a piece of leaf still attached to this little section.
Okay. And then Pinky is going to grab some of that shredded sheet. She's going to wrap it around the piece of glass and she's going to stow it in her bag.
Yeah, you rip off a little piece and you fold it up and you're able to put it away for safekeeping.
Awesome.
Ren, it's probably about this time as you go back up, get another breath, dive back down. Is there anything that you'd like to do?
I mean, not really. Just kind of, I'm looking around. Was there I guess Opal and Elia are really kind of in the middle of the ship where it kind of broke, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, if there's like any other rooms in here, I'll look for those.
And your passive perception is a 17, correct?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Let me get you an exact number. 19.
19? You can't shake the feeling that something is watching you. Just so you
Probably
know.
little fishies, you know.
You look over and there is literally just a little fish looking at you. Just like eye contact and everything.
Yeah, he's like, what the heck is that?
If you could speak English, you would say, "My name is Enigio Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die."
If I I mean, I would assume everyone else is just kind of staying underwater. If I encounter anyone, either underwater or above water, I want to like sign to them or just tell them like, make sure you're being careful. Something could be here. Just, it's a nice ship, you know. Some people like to make this place their home.
Yeah, that makes sense. From what you can tell, this looks to be maybe some sort of. It doesn't look like a warship. Maybe more of a merchant ship. It might have been from a different land or so. It doesn't look like the usual Yavna build that you've seen, at least in your parts of Lena. Going to Alaya and Opal. Opal is indisposed right now, but Alaya,
Yes.
to describe kind of what you guys see as you start at the top, you find this large hatch with a grate on top. You can see what looks to be a very steep ladder heading down, probably into an area for the hold and for the crew, as well as some of the other locations for it. This ship probably held a crew of at least 20 people at one point. As you try the grate, it seems to be stuck, as in it's a little bit too difficult. It's going to take some force to open.
Okay. Since Opal is indisposed, Alaya can try. It won't be great, but she can definitely try. What do you need me to roll, good sir?
I need you to roll just like a strength check. Just straight strength.
Straight strength. I got a 5.
Yeah, with a 5, you're not able to get to budge. It seems like it's a little bit too. It's too much, It needs a little.
Yeah.
It's a big grade. It's not your fault.
It's all rusted there. Yeah, nothing she could do.
I will roll for Opal for a second as she'll slip them over. Maybe I shouldn't have. I got 7. It seems that this way into the boat is probably blocked. It might be good to try to look for a new entrance.
Okay. Can I do like a perception check to maybe look for another way in?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let me roll perception here. 23.
Yeah, with the 23, you notice close to this area, and it's probably why the hatch won't open. This is kind of where the boat itself cracked in half. On the top, it's harder to tell, but on the bottom, you can definitely see where it's got a fairly large crack, and you can see it running along the top, kind of wedging this part of the boat together, making it difficult to open. You would assume that if you guys dove off the side, you'd be able to find a crack, maybe even large enough to fit through.
Alaya would kind of point that out to Opal and be like, "Hey, since we can't get in through this grate here, I see a way we can get in over there." Like she'll kind of just motion and point because I imagine they can't really talk. So.
Sweet. Let's go for it.
Yeah, as you guys kind of both dive off the edge, your weight, whether from your armor, from your mechanical body, kind of slowly but softly propels you towards the seafloor. You're about, what looks to be 20 feet underwater as you hit the sandy surface, as a bunch of silt kind of puffs up around you, clouding a little bit of the water in this area, making it a little bit harder to see. As you enter in, you find yourself in the hold of the ship. The right at the bottom, You can see what looks to be boxes, crates, and different sorts of things, maybe ceramic large vases for holding liquids and things like that, all scattered throughout this area. They look like they've been turned and tossed and thrown about. Most of them have been kind of piled toward the center. And this looks to be where most of the ones that are outside have been scattered out from. There's a lot to go through down here, as it doesn't really look like it's been touched since this ship went down.
Okay. We'll just start opening crates.
Yeah. With the previous 15 investigation check, you find that most of the contents of these crates have been destroyed, whether through time, the water, the elements, dissolving and ruining most everything here. It looks like most of these things that are in here may have been, fine goods, silks, spices, barrels of, and casks of wine and things like that. All of it is asundered. As you search, I would say that you would find probably throughout, looking as well as in a small lockbox hidden towards the back, an accumulation about 150 gold pieces scattered throughout.
Neat.
The sea anemones, as you kind of pass through, and they're brightly colored. You see blues and oranges and whites all about you. It's kind of like
That's not good.
you're in a tunnel. All around you is the sea life, almost from like an alien world. It's very strikingly different than what you'd be used to on the mainland, but it's beautiful
White's-
and foreign. Just don't touch it. Do you touch the white one?
No, white one means it's dirty.
Oh, I did not know that. Barry. Yes. You went towards the front of the boat. Up. Are you on the top, or are you looking for a way through on the wall? Okay. With a 15, you're able to find a place that looks like maybe the anchor itself for this boat used to go out of. As you head through that small hole, you're able to squeeze yourself through. You find yourself what looks to be the front of the hold, maybe not too far away from what looks to be right there at the front. And as you search around this area, you would find what looks to be a small chest. It doesn't take you too long. It's kind of caked over itself. Type of sea fawn or fern, whatever they are, growing up the side of it. Barnacles on the other. From what the description said, it seems to be fairly similar to what Ren described that you guys were looking for.
I will go ahead and grab the chest.
Yeah. As you grab it, you've noticed that it's been chained down.
Is there anything I can use to break the chain around me?
As you look around, most of it, the things that you see are wood. Make another investigation check. 5. It doesn't necessarily look like there is anything as of now that would be able to be used.
I'll try and break it just by myself at least once, and then I'll go get
It does look like it's fairly corroded.
Yeah.
It's been sitting in this water for a long time. Make a strength roll.
15.
With a 15, you're able to find yourself a good bit of leverage and not having to worry about, holding your breath as you heave. You're able to push out the breath. You feel the metal kind of strain a little bit, and you feel a little snap as the chain itself cracks. Most of y'all throughout the boat would actually hear kind of this louder snap happen as the sound travels faster through the liquid. I don't know about faster, but at least it can. The sounds I feel like are amplified through water in some ways. At least the reverberation in the boat. As you kind of hoist this chest, probably about 2 feet wide, a foot long, foot deep, similar, a little bit bigger size than what the floatable boat gets down into. You would hear behind you almost like a scraping sound. As you turn around to see what it is, you would notice that nothing kind of catches your eye off the bat. All you see is an enemy. You see
An enemy.
You see an enemy. No. You see fish. You'd see like a sea urchin kind of sticking out. These various creatures. I'd like you to do a perception check for me.
Oh, why is my perception so high? When did that get high? 16.
16? And you're lucky they have a -1 stuff. They roll a 16 as well, -1. So
Oh, meets it, beats it.
yeah, I know. I was hoping you had a plus, not a minus. As you look back, you'd notice almost the outline of a figure in that sea flora. And as you kind of take a second closer look, you would see what you thought first were a whole piece. Kind of a fish's head kind of comes up a little bit too humanoid, kind of poking out of it. Its eyes kind of blink open, and almost like a sharp, toothy grin kind of spreads on it as this creature will charge you. Not too long after this, similar creatures will appear for those around. Let's roll initiative.
Oh. God.
I don't have a fishy looking thing, so I'm going to use this one.
It's always right next to really good numbers.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
Brandon said this in the chat.
Hi.
Shark boy,
Really funny, Brandon.
you're okay.
My voice is just gone.
Do you want me to make you some?
You can't
No,
talk
listen,
underwater.
it's just- My voice
That's
is just
awesome.
gone though. Like it doesn't.
That's exactly what the guy looks like too. That's like spot on. Okay. Let me get my stuff. So the ones that I would say, and all of these are inside the boat, just so you know. In the different areas. They're the little trees. because they're kind of like plant-looking esque. This is, if you guys take a look on my screen, this is kind of an example of what they could look like. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, he looks pretty upset with you guys for touching his boat.
There's booty.
Yeah, he's really mad about that. 25 to 20.
23.
20 to 15. I
I
should
got
probably roll for it.
17.
I got a 16.
I got a 16 as well.
So Ren, who would like to go first, Adelaide or Elia?
Adelaide can go first.
And
Brandon, you crack me up with the things that you said.
dream, dream, dream.
Dream, dream.
Dream.
Go to sleep.
He has one of those vampire plastic things, but it's just the bottom teeth. It's not even his top.
Yes, top teeth are just like normal human teeth. 15 to 10.
I got 10.
Got 10. 10 to 5.
I got a 6.
6. Am I missing anyone else? I feel like I'm missing someone. No, this is it, I guess.
16.
Yeah, I got Outlet. It's just weird. We're missing.
You're missing
someone else.
Kyle.
Yeah, feels off. Okay,
So empty.
Baron, you are first up. I will mention that you're holding a chest, so it's basically kind of like grappling a creature. Your movement speed is halved, but it's already halved from being underneath water.
Okay.
And your attacks are probably on this other creature. You might need to drop it if you want good attacks, basically.
Can I get an intention? Like, was he more upset that we're in his space or that we're taking this item? Can you could I tell?
You could definitely do an insight check if you'd like to.
Would that be my whole action?
Depends on how much you want to like gain out of it. If you're like sitting there like, hey, I'm like trying to communicate or trying to
No,
Yeah,
so trying to
like that.
communicate. I'm just trying to judge whether or not that's gonna be insight. You said
yeah.
that's gonna be a 21.
It looks like most likely the taking things is definitely not. It's not super happy about that. Being in this space and also being fresh meat, makes it look like
We're
he's
just more in its feeding
and
ground.
it's yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll I'll drop the chest then.
Okay.
And is it holding a weapon or anything? Or no, is it just like a creature with claws?
It has this one particularly in front of you. It has kind of that more toothy grin that I talked about, kind of like you see almost shark teeth. And it has some kind of claw-like hands. They don't seem like super like formed claws, but
Well, what I'll do is I will grab some sort of piece of wood or anything that's nearby. If there's anything nearby, I'll grab that and then slide out my dagger and I'll charge at him.
okay, yeah, for sure. As you see what looks to be a floating little piece of maybe one sort of like a like shovel like that. You grab that. It doesn't seem like it's super structurally sound because it's been underwater for the last so odd years.
And remind me, since we're underwater, is it disadvantage I'm attacking with, or is it just a straight roll since I'm in melee?
I'm pretty sure I can look that up. I think that a disadvantage happens on ranged attacks for sure, but
If you don't have a swimming speed, you have disadvantage on the attack
That-
roll unless it is a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident.
that is correct. Thank you for knowing that. I appreciate it. So yeah, the dagger is not just disadvantage; it's normal, but the wood would be.
I'll go with my dagger first. That's gonna be a 20. What's 7 plus 4?
7 plus 4 is 11.
4, so 21 then.
21? Okay. That will definitely hit.
Okay. And that's my first attack. That's gonna be 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'll go with my dagger again. That's probably gonna miss. That's a 15.
15 will still hit.
That's gonna be 6 points of damage, and then this is my little wood piece. That's disadvantage. Is it strength or dex?
It'd probably be strength as it's a club.
Okay, 13 then. That's really
13?
sad because I rolled a nat 20.
It still hits.
I rolled a nat 20 on that one, but because it's disadvantage, so is that D4 as well?
That's D4 as well. Since it's in kind of bad condition.
That's just gonna be a 2.
Yeah, 2. Okay, so in total 13 points of damage.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, you're able to go bop, bop, as you stab, and then whack him on the side of the head. He seems to kind of be, not loving that. Pretty good damage. Next up is Ren. And you see next to Pinky, a creature with one of its arms, a full-on tentacle, kind of reaches out kind of towards her. And over towards the corner, you see what looks to be one that has almost like a sea urchin growing out of it, its shoulder with a lot of these like nasty looking quills on it.
Don't love that. So I'm gonna pull out my harpoon. And I'll just attack. I mean, the one that's attacking Pinky, I think that she can handle. The other one, I would love to try to get him.
Sweet. Definitely take that attack.
All right. First attack with the harpoon. That's a 9.
That will miss.
Okay. Second attack. That's a 17.
That will hit.
Okay, sweet. I'm also going to make this guy my favored foe. So that's 3 favored foe damage. Plus
Perfect.
8 normal damage. And, I guess he wasn't hurt yet, so I can't use my Colossus Slayer. Never mind.
Not yet. Now he's hurt, though. Pretty awesome.
Yes, that was 9 total, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. No, it's 3 plus 8. Was it 8 plus
so
1?
11.
Or... Yeah. 11 points of damage. That's pretty good. Okay, anything else that you'd like to do?
I mean, there's not really anything else I can do. So I guess I can use my spear gun, huh? As a
I
bonus
think
action.
the harpoon is the... Unless the harpoon is your...
Harpoon is basically, I just renamed a spear.
Oh, okay.
And then I have my spear gun.
Yes, you do.
Which I guess is...
I thought you were saying that your spear gun was your harpoon. I
Yeah,
get you
no,
now.
I'm gonna be like stabbing him, and then I'll shoot
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
So the same guy. Um, that's 10 to hit.
10 will just barely miss.
No, come on.
That goes-
Okay.
Just goes right past him, just a little wide.
Okay. So, and to be clear, how much air do I have?
I think at this point you're probably about probably about 4 rounds from needing to get breath.
Boo. Okay.
I don't know. Do you feel like that's a little unjust, or I feel like that
I
would
think
be
that's fine. How will it take just 1 round to go get a breath?
it would probably take. So you don't have a swim speed either. It'd probably take 2 rounds to get up and like get out of the boat from where you're at because you're kind of in the back side of the thing. I guess you could swim out the back end too. To get to the surface, you'd either have to dash or take 2 actions, or like take 2 turns.
Okay. Poggers. All right, that's my turn.
Sweet. Just so you guys know, Adelaide, you're now up now, and Alaya is next, followed by Pinky. So, Adelaide, what would you like to do? You are kind of in the middle, sitting on a boat.
So I'm not in the water,
You're not in the water.
but am I still close enough, like within range of everyone? Or would I need to dive in?
You probably need to dive in as you don't really. All this is happening inside the boat, not necessarily on top.
Do I have enough swimming speed to maybe get to where I am now, but like underwater if I dove straight down?
You could probably, if you dove straight down, be able to see this one and or this one that are close to.
Well, I'm wanting to do the Twilight Sanctuary thing and give everyone some temp hit points.
Sure, yeah.
I can.
I think that passes. I don't think you necessarily have to have anyone in sight. It's just within the certain radius
like
of
the
you.
30-foot radius. Okay.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and cast. We'll dive under then, and then I will cast Twilight Sanctuary.
Do you want to get any closer to the boat?
I want to, but it's like the little guy right there. It's like he's gonna get me.
Like, dive underwater. We'll just put you like right there.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Baron, swim towards us. Okay, but y'all can't forget at the end of your turns, you get to roll a 1d6 and you get to add 5 to it. That's pretty cool, so don't forget. Sometimes I forget, so that's all.
Awesome. Okay. Next up, Alaya.
My turn. So I have a question for you, DM.
Yeah.
Is Alaya able to speak underwater?
That's something that I've been thinking about as you and Opal talked earlier. I'm not necessarily sure.
Only because we have the.
But I don't know if water breathing grants the ability to speak underwater.
I mean, it's like breathing air, right?
Yes, but it's still water.
I was gonna say, have you ever tried talking underwater?
Right, but if you can breathe it, then
But I mean, you breathe out when you talk. You can still breathe out underwater.
It would come down to more vibrations. But so I guess that's more of like my questioning. Because a lot of my spells are going to be
like
vocal, or I have to like I basically have
Yeah.
to talk to cast.
I'm
Is that something you feel like or would Alaya even know at this point, or
I think you'd been underwater to tell whether or not you could.
Googling it?
I'm Googling it because I looked it up in the spell and the spell doesn't specify. It's not saying that you can't. So if you can breathe, it's saying probably so. I'll allow it since you can breathe it. But if you couldn't breathe, then probably not.
Okay. So there's just the one in front of us. Is that correct?
So actually, you'd see probably down the ways you can hear the commotion of Baron. You and Opal and Baron are kind of in the same space. You'd see this one, and this one.
Okay, so those are all within visual, I guess,
Yes.
sight of me. Okay. I'm going to attack probably this one because it's closest to me.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Ray of Frost.
Freeze that bad boy. Okay. Go for it.
11.
11 to hit. We'll just hit.
Oh, what? All right. And we got a 14.
14 points of damage.
Yes, sir.
Ouch.
And then I'm going to use my telekinetic shove to push that one 5 feet away.
Okay. He needs to make a strength saving throw.
Yes, please.
He got a 12.
13 is your DC.
So he is pushed back.
5 feet, and if you would just push him to like this square here, yeah.
Perfect. He's pushed that direction.
And that is the end of my turn.
It's kind of crowded. You can tell that each other are there, but you probably couldn't have visual sight. Roll your 10 hit points if you're done with your turn.
You said it was a D6, right?
Yes, plus 5.
Wow, all right.
I don't think so. Yeah, you're too far.
Perfect. Thank you. That would
Everyone
be it.
else is in range except you. Okay, perfect. All right. Next up is Pinky, but before that, it's these monsters' turn. The first one that's going to go is the one that's right next to Pinky. It is going to reach out its tentacle towards you and try to attack. That is 23 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay. That will be, as it kind of wraps its around this tentacle around you, it has kind of these sharp barbs on the side. You take 5 bludgeoning damage as it kind of just beats you. I thought it had a slashing damage, it's bludgeoning damage. And it just crushes you, never mind. You are also grappled during this time as it kind of pulls you towards it. It is going to make its second and third attack against you. The second attack is a 9 to hit, which will miss. And the third attack is a 7. No, 8. Wait, am I reading that right? Yeah, 7, my bad. Both missing. So
Right.
it got you pulled in, but got you grappled. But you didn't get hit 3 times. The one, what'd you say, Pinky?
Nothing.
Okay. I think she said great. The next one will be the one next to Ren. It will shoot one of its poison quills towards you as it kind of rips one off its shoulder and stabs you. That is 19 to hit.
Yuck.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Gladly. Is this considered a trap?
No. This seems like he's stabbing you with a poison quill.
Okay, then in that case, that's a 5.
That will fail. You will take 5 points of poison damage, and you are poisoned for the next minute. You can repeat this saving throw on the end of your turns. For the time being, you have disadvantage on your attack rolls and ability checks. Just so you know. The last one up would be this one right here. It's going to swim towards Opal. It is going to use. It's one kind of the ones with a almost a shark mouth, as it's going to just the bottom. And he looks really angry. The top one is definitely just human teeth. Is going to take a bite attack at you. Rolled a natural 1, so it will miss with that.
And then he bites his
Oh.
lip. And then he's sad.
I forgot that the one that is attacking Ren still has 2 more attacks, so I'll get back to that. This one will make its other 2 attacks with its unarmed strikes towards you. That will be a 2. That will be a 16 to hit. Will that hit?
For me?
Yes.
Yeah, it will.
Oh, not for you, Ren.
Oh,
I'll come back to you. You will take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as he counts you. Ren, for those other attacks, just so you know, that is 17 and 20 something to hit for the other 2.
yep.
The first one you will take 3 points of damage, and the second one you will take 6 points of damage. As he's kind of he stabs you in the neck, and you kind of go, oh, and he just starts punching you in the gut.
Oh, dang.
It seems almost sailor-like as he kind of uses kind of cheaper shots against you. Next up is Pinky.
Okay. Did we not decide that spells with verbal components can be cast underwater?
Only if you can breathe underwater, which you can.
Cool. Okay. Pinky would like to cast Fairy Fire in a way that it gets both the one attacking me and the one attacking Ren.
So you are going to do these ones right here.
Yes.
Kind of square it this way. Okay. They will roll their dexterity checks. The first one got 17, the one on you. The second one...
because it's grappling me, does that affect its ability to make a dexterity check?
I don't think so. At the moment, it would make a difference against you. Because a grappled creature's speed is 0, but the grappling creature's speed isn't necessarily 0.
Right. I don't know. It just kind of makes sense to me that if I'm holding an extra person, it's harder to move around. But anyways, you roll it the way you're gonna.
Yeah, the one that was against Ren rolled an 18 on it. So both of them rolled quite high on that.
Yeah, they both passed. That stinks.
I'm sorry.
Okay. And it's an action to try and break free. Not that I think I really have a chance, but or can I use my bonus action?
You could probably... I could see you using a bonus action as a rogue to try to sneak out. So you can use your bonus action.
Okay.
As
There
a,
you go.
kind of like a dash disengage.
And it has to be my strength, right?
I think you could use either strength or dexterity.
Would it be a dexterity saving throw?
No.
Oh, it's acrobatics.
Dang it.
It's acrobatics or athletics.
So I can make an acrobatics check?
Athletics or acrobatics, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, it's still an 11, but
An 11 will just
very
barely not make it.
yeah, I didn't think so.
Close but not.
She's gonna curse at it.
Ooh, Pinky cursed.
Yeah.
What did she say? Like, oh, sprinkling frosting.
Oh, sprinkles on the floor.
Oh. Oof, now that's pretty bad.
Yeah, but it sounds really underwatery, so it's like whoa, sprinkles on the pool, stuff like that. Okay. Before Opal's turn, it's the rest of the creatures. This one is going to run towards Alaya. This one looks to be a tentacled individual and is going to try to grapple you. Will 19 hit?
Yes.
Okay. You will take 3 points of damage as it bludgeoning damage as it grabs you, and you are grappled until you break free. Next up is this one on the other side of Darren.
Does that not have any other attacks either?
Oh, thank you. It does.
I'll be right.
One have 3.
It rolls a natural 1 on that, and rolls a 10 on the other one, which I think still misses.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Yeah. It rolled bad enough that I didn't even need to roll those. This one that's over by Baron is going to run up and start flanking with the other one on you. And is going to, this one is a poisoned quill one, is going to attack you with advantage with its poisoned quill from behind. It rolled the same number twice. Will a 21 hit? I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Fail.
You are now poisoned and you take 5 points of poisoning damage. So you have disadvantage on your attacks as well as any ability checks for the time being. It will take its 2 other attacks against you. First one will be 19 to hit.
Right.
That is 3 points of damage. And the second one is will 13 hit?
No.
You took off your armor.
I know.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep.
All right. So that is that one's turn. The one that you were facing, it will try to take a bite with its mouth against you as it the one side kind of stabs you kind of in the lower back with this poison quill. This one will try to bite in your neck. Will 20? Oh, let me roll this to make sure I don't get a natural 20. Did not, but it rolled a 19 plus 5. So it was the hit. You will take 4 points of damage from that attack. The second attack it has will be 15 to hit.
That meets it, so yeah.
That will be you have a 15 AC. From what, if you mind me asking?
I have a 14 unarmored.
And plus your your 2 weapon attack. My bad. I was doing the math and I was like, wait a minute. So that one will hit. Did I roll that damage already? That will be 5 points of damage.
Whoa, big hit.
And the last one will be 17 plus 4, which is a 21. And that is 3 points of damage. Okay. Opal's turn.
Opal turn. Okay. Opal is gonna anime glare at the fish boy who just bit me. And then she will do the twinkle in her eye, laser beam, and then swing her axe with both her hands. And she got a 26 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
I am curious. So I am using a spell with this one, Branding Smite.
Yes.
I've already marked it and already done my stats. So if I do that, can I take my other action to hit?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Branding Smite is just your bonus action.
It is.
So you still have 2 attacks.
Yeah.
If you take the attack action. That stays the same.
Yeah. So I got 15 points of damage on that one.
15 for the first attack. Okay, sweet.
Next one is 21 to hit,
That will hit.
and then that one is 9 points of damage.
So 15 plus 9 is 34. No, 24.
No. Yes. Yes.
24 points of damage in your attack. He's looking pretty hurt. Not too happy with that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anything else that you want to do on your turn?
That's all I can do to attack, right?
Yes, I think that's everything. We haven't been keeping track of it as of right now. Would you like to roll your temporary hit points?
Yes, I will.
I'm not in range.
I know you're not in range.
Okay.
I will draw for you guys
It's,
a circle. That way you guys can kind
So
of tell.
4, right? 1d4. That's 5. 1d4. 1d4. 1d6. 1d4. Chase. Is it 1d4?
Oh, 1d6.
1d6.
Plus 1d6 plus 5.
Yes.
Ah. Okay. All right, I'm done.
All right. Perfect. Okay. Next up is back at the top of the round with you, Baron. And just so you know, if you do want to take your actions beforehand, just let me know what you roll when you get to your turn, just so we go a little bit faster.
If they're just basic, yeah.
Yeah, just basic.
Yeah.
When do you want to take break?
When we're done with this one.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with a dagger attack on the one in front of me.
Okay.
That's gonna be 20 something to hit. So that'll hit.
That'll definitely hit.
That's gonna be 4 points of damage. No, 5. Excuse me. 5 points of damage. Then I'll go with my offhand and hit him across the face with the board. Which, because I've already used it once, I imagine it's not looking so hot
No.
because it's already like. So this is probably my last go with it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 14 to hit.
14 will still hit.
Okay. That's gonna be 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And then as that breaks, I'll reach behind me and grab the spike that was used on me.
Sure.
And I'll grab that and I'll turn around and jab it behind me on the guy behind me.
Okay. Try sticking with his own thing.
That's gonna be a natural 1.
As he I always imagine like you stick it into him, but since it's his own poison, it doesn't really do the same damage as it would against you.
You're gonna action surge and do this all again.
Dishonor?
Action surge.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
That'll hit.
This is against the guy in front of you.
I'll do the front one, yeah. That's gonna be 8 points of damage on that first one.
Nice.
15 will hit. That's gonna be 8 points of damage again.
You kill this one in front of you as you're able to stab.
And then this last one's gonna be, that will also hit. Are they all the same AC?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, that one will hit as well. And this is with the little spike, and that's gonna be just 4 points of damage.
Okay. As you're able to, get a little bit softer spot in his side, you're able to get a good stab on him. Okay.
And that's my go.
Perfect. All right.
Actually, I'll move. Can I move around to get into the healing
Yes.
aura?
You'd definitely be able to now that there's one not behind
And then
you.
I'll get to
As
6.
It bleeds out. You notice that it bleeds almost like a sickly bluish purplish color as it kind of fills and muddles the vision around you.
That's my turn.
Perfect. Next up is Ren.
Okay, I rolled a 22
Also,
and a
you rolled
24
with advantage on that.
Those ones.
You rolled a 22 and then a 24?
to hit. Yeah.
Yeah. And was that with disadvantage?
It was
From
just straight. Don't we have Fairy Fire up?
The Fairy Fire
No.
did not make it. It did not succeed.
Right. Okay, I'll make it with disadvantage. Well, since I rolled those two at the same time, could I take one of them as?
Yep,
for
I'm fine with
tragedy?
that.
Okay, then 22 for one. For the other, 10.
10 to hit. 10 damage.
No, 10 to hit.
10 to hit will miss.
Okay, then my damage. We'll do first my favorite foe damage, just a little guy. 4 plus 5 plus 8. 17.
And did you add in the damage from your Colossal Slayer?
Yes.
Sweet. He looks pretty dang messed up.
All right, I'm gonna do my spear gun one more time, if I may. That's an 11 to hit.
An 11 will hit.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
What damage is that? D6. That's 5 damage.
5 damage?
5
Sorry.
damage.
With 5 damage, you're able to finish this one off. He is dead.
Yes. Okay. And so you said that I have, what, 2 rounds to get back to the surface?
Yes.
And that's like how long it'll take me to get there?
Probably.
Okay, then I'll leave now.
Perfect. Which way are you heading?
Whichever way's fastest, probably.
You can either go through the hole in the stained glass window or head up through the cabin's door past Pinky.
Well, I don't want to risk the guy attacking me.
Perfect.
I'll go that way probably. Well, will I get in range of the other guy?
If you go like this, I think you can miss him.
Okay.
You're able
Then yeah,
to
I'll do that.
steer clear. As you see Pinky like wrapped up in this tentacle, like trying to like claw her way out. You're like, bye.
Yeah, I want to make it obvious like, with my face that I'm like, I'll be back. I need to go get air. Or actually, okay. Here's the thing. After I run out of air, I have 1 round as I'm like suffocating before I am unconscious.
Yes.
Technically.
Yes.
So that means I have 3 rounds left.
Technically, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna stay another round, but I am gonna get in like the range of the temporary HP.
Where do you want to go? Like there?
I mean like right there if I can.
Perfect. Not closer.
I don't want to be in range of the guy yet.
Yep, that will work. Roll your temp HP as well as roll Constitution saving to see if you can pass the poison.
Oh, I
You
forgot
try to
about the
suck it out of
poison.
your arm.
Okay, temp HP, that's 5.
Sweet.
And then
Plus the 5.
Constitution save. That's another 5.
That fails. So you're still not doing too good on your ability checks and attacks. Did you roll 5 and plus 5 to that?
Oh, it's 5 plus 5.
Yes.
Boy, howdy. Okay.
That's pretty
Good now.
tasty.
That is pretty tasty. All right,
Alright.
that's my turn.
Perfect. All right, Adelaide is up now. Next is Alliance.
I would like to cast a moonbeam on that dude that's by Baron.
You probably can't see him from where you're at.
Never mind. The one by Opal.
Okay, you'll just have to. If you want to move into the boat, you probably could get a better sense of where people are at.
Okay, I would like to move into the boat.
Sorry. You come through the little opening right here. Now you can probably see either one of them, just so you know.
Lower damage.
The lowest damage one of them all is the one that is attacking Baron right now.
Okay, I'll attack that one.
Okay, perfect.
Against Constitution.
Attacking Baron?
Yes.
You said that she couldn't see that one.
She can now.
Moved into
She
the
moved
boat.
into the boat. All right. You cast Moonbeam on that, you said?
Yep.
I'll draw a circle. Okay, it will make a Constitution save throw on its turn.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Oh, that's all I could do.
Roll you temp HP.
Yes.
Alai, what would you like to do?
All right, I'm gonna telekinetically shove the one right in front of me. Actually,
Get 11.
yeah, the one right in front of me. I'm gonna try and telekinetically shove.
Okay, he will roll his strength save. That is a 6.
He fails, so he gets pushed
Whee!
5 feet. Just that way.
As you push him, he flies back a little bit, runs into the side of the hole in this bottom portion of the boat.
And then I am going to this time twin Ray of Frost. And that's a 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
So this is a roll to attack. Do you want me to roll to attack twice since I'm twinning it?
Yes.
Okay. And the other one's a 23.
23. Perfect. Those will both hit.
And then I got a 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay. He is still up. Not looking super good, though. That is the end of your turn?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay. Is Pinky up next? But first, we have 2 of these fish guys that need to do what they're doing. First up, the one that has grappled you, Pinky, will make his attacks on you. I think if you have something grappled, and you can tell me, I didn't roll it like this last time, but I'm pretty sure you get advantage on your attacks against something that you've grappled.
No idea.
Hey, Case, real quick question.
Yeah.
I forgot I was grappled.
You can still telekinetically shove something when you're grappled, and it breaks the grapple.
Sweet. That's what I wanted to make sure.
Yep. No worries. I'm glad you reminded me because I honestly forgot myself. But grappling does get broken if you're able to, shove or push something.
Okay.
All right. This one against you, Pinky, is going to attack. That is 23.
Definitely hits.
Or no, 22.
Still hits.
Maybe you don't have advantage.
Yeah, check on that.
I'm checking.
That is 3 points of damage for the first one.
Okay.
No advantage. That surprises me. That seems like a little bit of a counterintuitive thing, but maybe
Because grapple, all it does is it makes your speed 0.
yeah, it makes the speed of the person 0. All right, never mind. My bad on that one. Though that was the first roll, I will use the second roll. That was going to be against you, which was a natural 1 for the second attack.
Cool.
Yeah, so only 1 hit. Next up is the one that is facing Opal. It got hit really hard, and it's kind of honestly a little scared. It is going to.
It's a restrained creature that has advantage or disadvantage. Not grab.
It is going to attack you. Will a 17 hit? That is 5 points of damage. Then it'll just That was with its bite attack, and it's going to do 2 attacks against you. That one will hit. That one will miss with a 12. That is 3 points of damage against you.
I just went back to where I was.
Next up, Pinky, what are you doing?
All right. Pinky's just gonna take her dagger and she's gonna stab this creature grappling her with 14 to hit.
14 will definitely hit.
Okay, with 10 damage.
Oof. Yeah, that will hurt.
Yeah, I rolled really well on that one. All right. And then she's going to, again, try to escape.
Okay.
With a 19.
That will do it as you're able to wiggle free as you stab like the arm of him. He loosens up his tentacle grip. I guess it's not his arm. You'd probably stab the tentacle itself, but you are able to escape.
Mm-hmm. Moving away probably won't do anything because he'll just get another opportunity to attack. So she'll just stay right there.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Next up is the other 2 ones. The one that you slammed against the wall, Adelaide, it will make its tentacle attack against you. It has a range of 10 feet, so it's just going to do it from where it's at. That is not Adelaide. Alas, sorry. That will miss.
Are you
with a
sure?
7.
Okay, yeah.
You rolled a 2 on the dice. It's not very good. He will then move up and do his other 2 attacks. That one is 19 to hit. The last one is a 15.
That'll hit too.
That's 3 points of damage and 5 points of damage.
Okay. Sounds Gucci.
And the one against you, Baron, is going to attack, though it needs to make a Constitution saving throw at the first of its turn. It rolls 21. It needs to take half damage of your moonbeam, Adelaide.
Moonbeam?
That would be 3.
3 points of damage. Okay. The moon is not quite beaming as you wanted it to in the moment, but
It's
Yeah, little sushi.
a little snooze.
that's what Baron's voice sounds like underwater. The first one against you, Baron, is with the poison quill. That is going to hit with like a 24. Or no, 23.
Can I be poisoned again?
It doesn't say anything about not being poisoned again. So yes. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Uh,
12 is the 13 will make it. You are good. You will take 2 poison damage. The first unarmed attack is a natural 20 against you.
Shit. On the table.
Roll its double damage. You'll take 8 points of damage as it stabs. You're able to get out of the way. Let me see what it gets for your effect. Sorry, I'm
Very
so
good.
slow.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're doing great. Where is it at? Thought we had it up somewhere quicker than there.
I don't know how to set it up, but let me pull it up.
I'm pulling it up right. Yeah. Okay. So as he takes his quilt, we'll kind of change up how this happens. He goes to stab you with it, but instead kind of breaks it on you and then scratches you. Like you go a block, and then he takes his claws, rakes it along your shoulder, right across it. In that open wound, that poison will go into. You end up getting a festering wound. The way that works is your hit point maximum is reduced by 1 every 24 hours the wound persists. If your point maximum drops to 0, you die. The wound heals if you receive magical healing. Alternatively, someone can tend to the wound and make a DC 15 wisdom medicine check. Once every 24 hours. After 10 successes, the wound heals. So, just so you know, it is festering. It's not happy. It'll probably leave a pretty bad scar. It has one last attack against you. That is 10, which will miss. Next up, here's your turn.
Oh, got a 20 shift to hit.
We'll definitely hit.
Oh, now. Hit him in the gut. Trying to chop him in half. Okay, 13 damage.
13 damage will do it as you're able to cleave him straight in twain.
Then Opal will move on over to the one next to him, right?
Okay.
And hit him with the 23.
That will definitely hit.
And he shall be chopped in the head with 11 damage.
11 damage, you cleave the head in twain. As you're chop the one in half, you almost like keep the momentum up as you kind of swing through the water and bring the axe down on the head. Elia, it almost looks like Opal is aiming for you, but she does not hit you and hits the guy in front of you instead, cutting him asunder as he is also perished.
Opal will do a little flex of like,
Perfect. All right, up at the top of the round, it is Baron.
That's an 11.
11 will hit.
Yeah, so 11 and 12 will both hit then. So it's going to be 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage.
And then I'll hit with my last attack. I need to.
Yeah, you still need to do
Okay. And that's going to be 1 point of damage. As I come in with my last.
So 15 altogether plus 1, 16. Yeah, he's still kicking.
Okay. I think that's all I can do. I will use my second window as a bonus action.
Okay, sounds good.
In my turn.
Perfect. Take your temporary hit points as well. Ren, you are up.
All right. So I'm basically just going to use this turn. I'm going to attack the guy that's grappling Pinky.
Perfect.
First one, I'm still rolling with disadvantage, yeah?
Yes.
Yikes. The first attack is a 9.
That will miss.
Second one, I roll a 1.
That will also miss. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I'll still try my spear gun. And with disadvantage, I got a 10.
That will miss. I'm sorry.
Prick. All right.
this is why I needed to be friends with Opal.
So your spear,
Something.
you would have had to move up right next to it correctly.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Pinky's in rough shape, yeah?
No?
No?
She seems to be doing pretty good, but it's hard to leave someone behind, you know?
Yeah. Are you able to attack him?
Yeah.
Oh. I like
Right?
you
It's
were,
just disadvantage, right?
really restrained and stuff. I guess that's
There's
true.
no
You-
disadvantage
it's
against you. It's just your movement speed is 0 for the time being.
Yeah, but I have disadvantage because I'm doing it through water, right?
Ooh.
Doing a ranged attack.
If you're doing a ranged attack, that's at disadvantage, especially
Oh,
if
just
you're-
range. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Well,
you
then
should be
never
good.
mind.
And unless it's your type of weapon matters as well. I guess Opal probably should have been rolling with disadvantage on those because she has an axe instead of a dagger, a spear, trident, and
What?
scimitar. It's okay. It's already happened now. But yeah, your type of weapon when you're in water changes if you have advantage. A straight roll or disadvantage on your attacks.
Oh, damn. You know.
All right.
That's
Well,
okay.
I guess if she's doing fine on her own, I need to get air, so I'll probably just leave.
Okay. He will take an opportunity attack against you.
Can he do that while he's grappling Pinky?
He can use his other hand.
Nah, man.
Free
Okay.
hand.
I
That's
mean, she's a
fine.
very small
He
creature.
uses the entire tentacle to grapple.
Oh, he has a
That-
tentacle, right?
Is unnatural 20.
Youch. Okay.
Okay. That fell on the ground, so I will re-roll it. That is 3 points of damage.
Sweet. How far can I go exactly?
I think you get outside of the door. In one more turn, you'll be able to get to the surface.
Okay.
So
We'll
you
say
should be
I'm
good
right there.
unless the sharks start smelling the blood.
But it'll be poisoned blood, so it won't smell that good.
Yeah, they'll think it's kind of nasty.
Yeah. Oh, can I
Okay.
remake my Constitution save?
Yes.
Oh wait, I don't need it to make it at disadvantage. That's 12 plus 1, 13.
That will save. You are good. Also roll for your temp HP.
I rolled a 1. That's just 6, yeah.
Yeah. So, and just so you guys know, remember that you don't add it to what you already have if you saved any. It just you either keep what you have or you replace it with the new temp HP. All right, next up is Adelaide.
I'd like to cast Healing Word on Baron.
Okay.
So Baron, you get back. I roll. Plus my spellcasting ability modifier.
And that is just a bonus action, so you can have an action after that as well. Just so you know.
Oh, yes. Okay. You get 4 points back. And then I would, but all my stuff is magic. I can't shoot a crossbow in one.
No, but you have your moonbeam.
Technically, you could shoot a crossbow underwater as long as you're within the short range, which for your light crossbow would probably be 30 feet. So as long as you're within 30 feet, you probably could do it.
Could I also move my moonbeam?
It would be an action to move moonbeam.
Okay. I'm
She
gonna
has an
do.
action.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
done.
magic though. You can't do 2 magic things.
That's different.
Uh,
You've already cast.
It's already cast, so it's okay.
All right, I'll move the moonbeam.
You can feel the pink. Like, can
Right.
she move it that far? I don't know.
It can only move about 20 feet.
So you can just make sure it's on the guy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next up is going to be a lion.
Oh, sorry, give me 1 second. Whew. Let's see here. I'm right here. I have a line of sight on the one in front of Baron, right?
Yeah, you can get to a line of sight from there.
How many feet is that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to do Ray of Frost again.
Perfect.
And that is a 17 to hit
That will hit.
with max damage, 16.
That will kill him. He is dead as Adorno. All right. Next up, last guy who is still facing Pinky. He's going to Attack with his 2 offhand attempts. First one is a 21.
That hit.
That is 6 points of damage.
All right.
And the second attack is 11.
That does not hit.
Okay. And that's all that he can do. He will honestly, seeing that your friend leaves, he'll probably take you 1, 5, 10, 15, and start kind of swimming out of the boat with you.
Great.
Okay, next up, Pinky, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to stab him again. A 13 to hit
13 will hit.
and 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attempt to escape again. That is 19.
That will make it to where you escape.
Whoa! And then I'm gonna move away.
Okay, he will get an opportunity attack on you, but
Yes, and my movement is halved.
it will be halved right now.
Okay, and am I outside the boat? Can I like swim directly upward?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, then I will swim 15 feet directly upward.
He rolls a nat 20 on his opportunity attack.
Oh, wonderful.
That is 6 more points of damage.
Okay.
Plus the lingering effects table. All right. With this, you receive a limp as he reaches up and claws the bottom of your leg, kind of ripping up your thigh. Your speed on foot is reduced by 5 feet, and you must make a dexterity 10 saving throw after you use the dash action. If you fail the save, you fall prone. Maybe for your case, we'll say that this is kind of along your wing.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that because I don't walk anywhere.
Exactly. So your speed is reduced by 5 feet. And
Okay.
if you try to dash away, you have to make that DC 10 dexterity saving throw, or you will fall prone. And magical healing removes the limp. Just so you know. Okay. Next up is Opal.
Opal is not prepared, but Opal will be. So I have a disadvantage to my type of weapon, right?
Is it too late for me to roll my temp hit points?
No.
I think you're technically out of the range of it now. This should be.
Well, okay. You're right. Never mind then.
Okay. So I do have disadvantage for the type of weapon I'm using.
Who are you attacking?
No one. And no one. So I have no point to. Pinky's getting dragged away.
She was, but she is heading towards the surface now.
Okay. Oh, and swimming is hard. So there's no point in even trying, right?
It would take you. You could use your action to dash, and you could move 30 feet. Though you haven't seen Pinky in a while, so you probably don't know where she's at.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no point. Opal will just keep looking for the thing.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sorry, Pinky.
Would you like me? Well, since we're in combat.
I will probably say that most everyone except Ren and Pinky are probably done with combat for the time being. If that's all right with everyone else.
Yeah.
We'll go to Ren's turn then.
Yeah. Opal's just gonna see that? VM didn't know I had a disadvantage yet.
Sounds good. Start taking it. Are you going to take it to little fish or big? To just the top of the kind of where the
Little fish.
Okay.
Or big fish, whatever it's called.
It's little fish right now. He goes by little fish right now. Ren, is your turn. I need you to get to the surface.
Yeah. Is there anything I need to do for that, or do I just move?
Nope. You are drowning technically right now, but yeah, you can just use your entire movement to get out.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah. You break
when I get to the surface, is anybody else on the surface?
Technically right now, no.
Okay. Is Pablo on the surface?
Pablo's sitting there in the boat. He looks a little bit bored and he's playing with his flute. It sounds like he's doing the. Yeah. Well, he's like doing what would you do with a drunken sailor, but on the flute. So it's like, it's kind of a little annoying, a little too high pitchy. It is a little pitchy,
He's
but
playing on like a recorder.
Yeah, exactly. Kazoo.
Yeah. I'll yell out to him. I'll say, "Hey, is everyone else okay? Do you know?"
He'll go have fun apart. Hey, I haven't seen anyone in like 2 minutes. You were the last one I saw.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then I'll just go back underwater.
Awesome. Okay, next up is the guy that is attacking you, Pinky.
Okay.
He is going to swim up the 15 feet to where you're at, and he's going to try to do his grapple attack again. He's not giving up.
Just want to fuck.
That is a 12 to hit.
That misses.
Okay, that will miss. He'll do just his 2 unarmed strikes. That is also that's 11. That will miss, and that will also miss as he's kind of clawing towards you. I'd like you to just, for me, it won't take anything from your actions. Do an Arcana check for me.
Okay. Let's see. That is a 7.
Okay. Yeah, this guy's pretty gross. Pretty gross and nasty. That's about it.
Okay. Cool.
Is your turn?
All right. So he is right next to me again, right?
Yes.
How deep underwater am I?
You're just about to break the surface. You got about 5 more feet.
Okay. Then I am going to bonus action disengage.
Okay.
I'm going to fly upward as high as I can, so probably only get like 10 feet above the water.
Yeah.
I'm not dashing or anything. And if I shoot my bow down at the water, because he's only 5 feet from the surface, will it get disadvantage?
I'm pretty certain it will be, as the water, as it hits the water, can deflect the shot.
Okay, what if I throw a dagger?
I think it's still the same issue.
Okay. Well, then I'll just risk an arrow then, because daggers are a little bit more expensive. All right, here we go. That's a... Sorry, I forgot to roll with disadvantage. All right. That's a 12.
12 to hit?
Yes.
That will definitely hit.
Woohoo! All right. For 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. How much damage did you do last turn? Did you miss?
Last turn I did 8 as well.
Yes. Okay. I've been tracking it correctly. This guy is still kicking.
Dang!
Yeah, he didn't get damage until like the third round of combat.
Yeah.
With this though, as you kind of break the surface, shoot down at him and take the damage, you'll see that he will kind of bring his face right up to the edge of the water as it's kind of looking, and then he'll sink back down into the depths. He seems like he is leaving combat.
Yeah, you better run, you stupid soggy cupcake.
Stop dragging me down. All right. With that, do you guys want to do a break? Do you want can just continue on and finish it off? We're already to about 9:30. So, if you guys want to, we could just.
I don't have school tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Ren. I think you're not on your spring break yet. Still, you're in school right now. So
What
it
spring
really
break?
just- yeah, it comes down to what's best for you. If you'd like to take a break or if you'd like to continue on. I would like to get a little bit farther.
Yeah, the sooner we finish, the better. So I'm good. Just keep going.
Okay, let's do it.
Sooner the better.
All right. So, Baron, as you swim back towards Little Fish, you're able to kind of wave to your comrades to gather them up as you kind of shake the chest.
What happened to your voice?
It's the Salt Man. You're able to, with the help of a couple of your comrades, hoist it up onto Little Fish and get it positioned there.
Because of the magical healing, I don't have that thing.
It's not doing its thing anymore, but the scar's still there, if you're okay with it.
Baron's got more stars.
You want to know how Baron got these scars?
I want to know.
Anywho. Yeah.
Ren, I think this is what you're looking for.
Awesome. Yeah, let's break it open. Yeah, is it locked? Is it
As you try the lid of it, it seems to be locked. And the lock itself looks pretty crusty.
yeah.
As it's been, it's got some of that gunk in it,
Is it just a wood chest?
It looks like it's wood reinforced with metal.
Oh, but will you break the lock with your axe just to make the chest?
Yeah, I think we should just break it open.
It's a mimic.
I can try. What would I add with that?
What would you add with that?
Yeah, just to make sure I don't
attack.
Yeah, it's just an attack.
with my axe.
Yes. It's not with disadvantage because you're underneath the water.
Not underneath water now.
Yeah.
Yeah. 18.
18, that will definitely hit. Roll for damage.
I should use the other one. That's 7.
7? I don't think it's crazy strong. So it may take a few swings, but with that, you're able to break off the lock. The kind of latch that the lock was attached to bends, kind of gives a little bit of a squeak sound, falls limp to the side.
Open it.
Yeah.
Opal, you step out of the way, kind of gesturing to Ren.
Yeah, I'll take a looky.
As you open the box, I need this bad boy. You find it wasn't quite watertight. A couple of years underneath water will do that to something, and it seems like it was able to get some seepage through. You find what looks to be tattered remains of nice, almost like a red velvet material. You find a few things in here. You find ruined, waterlogged book. As you kind of try to open it up, the pages kind of start disintegrating. It looks like maybe at one point it was a spell book of some sort, but at this point it is worse than a paperweight because it's wet, and you don't want to put that on paper. You would also notice what looks to be a pouch containing about 200 gold pieces. With that pouch, you'd find a note that has also lost its intelligibility due to the years. And as you kind of pick it out of the pouch, it just disintegrates in your hand. And you would find what looks to be off to the side this iron vessel, kind of shaped like that.
Ooh.
You would notice on the front of it the sign and the symbol of the Triquetra emblazoned. It has a cork stopper at the top, and as you kind of pick it up, it has a chain that can, be used as like a tie off, maybe to a belt, or throw around your shoulder as a strap. It, as you feel it, it feels almost warm to the touch.
Would Opal recognize it?
Opal, make a history check.
Is a 18.
With an 18, Opal, you would recognize this piece of equipment.
I'm proficient in it.
This piece of equipment is something that's not uncommon for the Triquetra to use and to produce. It is known as an iron flask.
Well, yes.
Iron flasks, while the name is not very creative, they're a very useful item for your oath, as these allow you to trap an extraplanar entity inside of them and hold them imprisoned for the time being.
Wow. Oh, Opal will look at Ren and look pale, and she'll start to feel nauseous. And
I will say this though, like, these are usually used in the cases for, like, if a demon or a devil or something along those lines, something smaller, has escaped into the world and gotten it.
well, still.
And you would know that this boat that you've seen doesn't look like a Triquetrian ship.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know.
Yeah. Opal will still feel the same as previously described, pale and nauseous.
Well, it seems like something's warm in here, trapped in there. Is it like a supernatural warmth?
It's definitely warmer than the water that it came out of. Like, it seems to, I don't know, maybe it has temperature control. It seems pretty nice.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, if this is what will help my family, it should be like something to keep them warm. But if it doesn't really feel that warm, I'm like, do I open it?
It's not necessarily like hot to the touch. You can feel that it seems like there's something trapped inside.
Okay.
Almost as like it's giving off the magical energy and current.
All right.
Opal,
Well,
would
did
you explain
Opal
what it is?
tell us what it is?
In question. I think Opal would, and after explaining it,
Can you explain it to
okay.
roleplay?
Okay. Roleplay. Ren, can I see that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's got your order symbol, so I would assume you know more about this than I do.
Yeah. Thanks. So, as you can see, it's an iron flask. It's a peculiar iron flask, though, as this particular kind is used to imprison minor influences of extra from other planes and other realms. So this could be a demon or any other type of other worldly type of being. Unfortunately, I really would like to do more further investigation before we start opening things that could cause problems.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if there's a demon in here, I don't want to just open it up. So, yeah, let's go back to Bauli and let's see what we can learn about this.
Yeah, I promise you that I will try to make this research as quickly as possible.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you. I'll see what I can learn too.
All right.
Above the table, everyone gets 28 gold from the 200.
I found one gold too.
So in total,
Are we
there's
counting power and sharing?
Wait, sure.
How much did you get then?
150.
You get
Wait, what is
28,
We each get 50.
Everyone gets 50 gold.
50 doubloons. Nice.
Baron's just gonna take a little short rest and enjoy the sun shirtless and just hang out on your deck.
Yeah. Adelaide, you would notice that as Pinky flies over, her wing seems pretty badly damaged.
Pinky, let me take care of that. I'm just gonna cast healing word. And that'll restore 6 hit points for Pinky.
Cute. Does that take care of my wing?
That does. That is magical
Okay.
healing. Would you like there to be, as it heals up, something if you think that this would be fun for your character? This wing could turn a little bit lighter shade of pink than the other one, as it is now, has a little bit of a battle scar. But if you want to, this isn't necessarily one of those minor scars that stays. It's just if you want that to be part of your character.
No, I think a fun little battle scar would be fun for Pinky. Like it's just like the little seam where it was ripped, just kind of is a little bit lighter in shade.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think that's cool. She'll get to
Yeah.
brag to her fairy friends, I guess.
You can definitely see kind of a slash across your wing where it's a little bit of a lighter pink color. All right, you guys start your travels back to Bauli. Ren, as you kind of sit there and feel like holding this iron flask in your hands, did you ever give it back? No? Okay. Never mind then.
Well, I would probably ask for it back. I want that thing.
Opal would say no.
Well, can I just hold it on the ride back?
It'd have to be Opal holding the chain, and you can. Well, Opal would have to hold majority of it. No, Opal will hold it.
Okay.
I think Opal would not give it back, which is so mean because we did this all for your family, and she's aware of that, but she is still weary. But she does trust you. Okay, she'll hold the chain and look you dead in the eye, very serious, like death stare, like do not open this. And you already said you wouldn't, so okay.
Yeah, I won't open it. I just want to see if I can just vibe check it.
Yeah. As you hold the the flask itself for a little bit. Almost on the horizon, you can hear for a second like the rolling of thunder. As you look up to see, oh, is there a storm coming? You don't see any clouds in sight.
Yeah, I think I'll know like there's some sort of like connection being made. So I will kind of like listen to the thunder.
Make an insight check
Insight.
or a religion as you meditate on this.
Opal's very weary. That's
You can't hear the. You don't.
No,
hear
I know, but I can see his behavior. It's just
Ren's
like
eyes roll into the back of his head, and he goes,
As he starts floating,
yeah, I'm just making
Slightly.
sure he doesn't.
sparks of lightning flying off of his body as he starts speaking in a different tongues and eventually lands on, finally, I've been released.
"Yeah, finally, I've made it into the mortal realm." I rolled an 11.
As you sit there, listening to the thunder and thinking about it, you get kind of almost an impression of like when cool rain hits you for the first time and just kind of that shock. It almost is rejuvenating for a second. And then it's gone.
Okay. I'll take that as like a good job. But I don't get any sort of like, I don't know, if I should
Word.
open this or
Oh.
You don't get any of that. You do get the distinct impression that once you are back in Bully, more information will probably come.
okay, sweet. Yeah. That's cool. Once I get that, I'll kind of just like take a deep breath and I'll give it back to Opal.
Yeah.
And I'll put my hand on her pauldron and I'll say, "Thanks for helping me out."
You're welcome, and I just ask for your patience and forgiveness.
I ask for your patience and forgiveness too. We're all together. I really appreciate you and your companionship. And everything will be okay.
I sure hope so.
Perfect. All right. With nothing assailing you, you're able to make the journey back to Bauli. You arrive to the village close to the evening time. Big fish just eating up the wind. So tasty, so good. As you make it back, the village seems fairly quiet. Normal evening time. You see a couple people right at the last dregs of sunlight out doing some net fishing along the coast, and a lot of them, especially in Bauli, as you slowly come up towards Bauli, will wave towards you, greeting the chosen of Yoko back.
Yeah, I'll wave to him. I don't think anything's changed.
Yeah, they're not like, he's back. They're like, hey, that guy's cool. Okay. With making it back, what would you like to do?
I would probably, I mean, since I got the like impression that like Yoko would let me know more once we get back to Bawuli. I will just go ahead with what he told me to do. He told me to make sacred rites and offer what needs to be offered. I assume I know what that means.
Do you?
I mean, I would assume like just like do like rituals that like are Yoko centric.
Sure.
I would assume
I'm
that's
going-
what he means.
Yeah, I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot if that's okay. What would Ren do at this time in an offering or as one of these sacred rites to Yoko?
I think.
And would he enlist the help of any of his companions?
Probably a few of them, like the ones who are like the most chill, like the most down for whatever. So like Pablo for sure. Maybe like Moss. He's cool to have around. Pinky's always, she's a good sport. Baron doesn't really have any strong feelings about religion, so
Baron.
I think that's a good
Baron
start.
fully adopted the life of being on an island, shirtless. He's hanging out with the old men, drinking. Like he's busy.
All right, yeah, no problem. You hang out with them. It's all good. But I think what I would do, I mean, with the festival, like the whole, like there was like the big emphasis on like making storm clouds artificially. But what I would want to do is like go onto the beach and then like in the sand, kind of in like a Zen garden type of thing, like make cloud shapes and like zigzag patterns like from cloud to cloud, like lightning, like sort of just like make a big sort of a big pictograph basically, and like in the sand like kind of like write like little like prayers and stuff through symbols or just through just like markings that maybe like in primordial like have a meaning.
Yeah.
I think something
Things
like that
like,
could be cool.
Strength, words that bring the ideology that Yoko presents of, force, being able to stand up and push, while not being, bound down to the ground. You would, as you draw, I think you'd show kind of a story that you learned from your youth about the gods, about Yoko. And Yoko was one of the first ones to find his way to the mortal world, and he did this on his boat made out of a cloud. He was the first to find his way to the land, and from the land he found himself wandering towards the ocean, and that's how he first met Baisha, fell in love with her. The wind that blows through the canyons and down from the mountains to the rivers and seas is his force, is one of his aspects. Maybe one that people don't revere it quite as much, but one that's still important. It's showing progression continue forward, ever moving. And as you finish this story, you would feel a slight connection being made. And as you focus for a second, the figure in the sand would shift. The one that you drew of Yoko. The likenesses that you've drawn before showed him different than the one that you saw him in his aspect. You tried to match that one a little bit better. And it would shift in you, and you'd see the figure kind of stand up out of the sand. Still made out of that material, but almost having the form of cloud, the form of lightning, and his eyes kind of streaking. It seems that through this picture, through this visage of him, you've been able to summon an aspect very similar to how you would through the cloud, though this one doesn't seem quite as magnificent as the one prior. A little bit more simplified, a little bit easier to do, but maybe doesn't transfer as much power to you. If that makes sense. Doesn't last as long. As the figure made out of sand kind of takes a second and stretches, you look around and you notice that the fog that was in your first vision surrounds you again. And though you see the water lapping not too far away, 10 feet out, you can't see anything else. The aspect of Yoko will turn to you and say, "My wind has been with you. I've seen what you've been able to do with so little time. You have served me well, and you've listened very intently. I am pleased with that."
I told you, I'm desperate.
The item you found, it can prolong your mother's life. At the time, there is a creature inside of it that if you were to release, you would need to eliminate, let go, whatever you would choose, but the vessel needs to be first cleared. The next step would be to travel with your mother and yourself and the item to a different plane of existence. The way the magic item works is it only can track something that is not inhabitant of its mortal realm, of its original plane.
Case, I hate you.
There are loopholes to this. You have one option not too very far away from you. Your companion, Adelaide, who I have warned you about, may be willing to help at this time. She has an item that allows her to put items into an extra dimensional space, which by definition is not of this plane. If you and your mother were able to travel in there, you were technically not in your home plane. There's not very much space, but it's something that would work now.
But she will survive in the flask?
She will survive. Any creature put into the flask cannot die. In there, they do not age. They do not need food or drink. Like I said, it prolongs the state. I'm working on figuring out a way, now that is in your possession, to make a permanent gate with it. Something that you can travel back and forth through. For the time being, it would only work for one person, for your mother, but I'm pretty positive if you have your hands on it, I can figure out a way for you to be able to access the contents of this vessel to visit your mother and maybe even find room for your little sister. I will need to have time to tamper with such a magical relic. This is my plan. Do you think it's a good one?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't love the idea of trapping my mother in a flask. However, I do understand that it will prolong her life. And I'm afraid that's the only thing we can do. Thank you so much for your help.
He'll look you up and down and say, I didn't give you this option because I thought it would be the easiest or the simplest way to overcome such trials. I gave it to you because I knew it would work. And I'd ask you to have faith in that.
I will just be kind of bowing my head, and I'll just say yes. Thank you.
With that, he will stand up and kind of look to the ocean, almost as if to kind of walk towards it. As he takes a step towards it, he'll stop himself and look back towards you. There is something that I may need you to do quite soon.
Okay.
Now that I have a connection established, my ability to view things is a little bit clearer. The realm in which I once ruled has fallen into disarray. And there may be a chance for you to bring some order to my chaos. More details will soon come. I will find you this time, once you are in a position to help.
Okay.
And with that, as you blink your eyes, the visage is back on the ground. Same picture.
Was it just Ren that could see that, or the other people that joined him, could they see that as well?
It was just Bren.
Well, I'll look at everyone else and I'll say, okay, well, I think we're done here.
Pinky will pause halfway through a zigzag lightning bolt to another cloud and be like, "Aw," and to just toss her stick and fly off.
I'll say, no, you guys did great. You really did do good. I think we made something pretty incredible here.
Well, thanks.
And then I think we'll just start walking back.
Okay. With that, should we call it here?
Yeah.
That's it. That's a wrap.
Dungeon.
Dungeon?
Dungeon.
Dungeon comes.
Dungeon.